Hello students, how are you all? Again, I Nidhi Ahuja welcome you with a new chapter, that is rational numbers. I hope everybody is ready to understand. So let's start. Before I start the concept of this chapter, let's understand what are rational numbers. Rational numbers are written in the form of p by q, where q should not be equal to 0. Why it should not be equal to 0? Because if it will be equal to 0, the answer will be not defined, right? But if you must be wondering, p by q, even fractional number we used to write down in the form of p by q. So what is the difference between the rational number and the fractional number? Very simple it is. Rational number, you can say all the numbers which you can see on a number line are rational numbers. Means they can be negative numbers, it can be 0 or positive numbers, right? On the other hand, if we talk about fractional number, they are also written in the form of p by q, but they should be only positive numbers and 0, right? So what is the basic difference between rational number and fractional number? That it include negative numbers also, right? So if I give example, 3 by 2 is a rational number, yes, of course. 4 by 6 is also a rational number. So what we can say that all fractional numbers are rational numbers, right? Because fractional number means positive numbers. So all positive numbers are there in rational number. But can you say that all rational numbers can be fractional? No, it cannot be possible because it includes negative numbers also. So I hope you understood the basic difference between the rational number and the fractional number. Very good. So let's move ahead with another concept of the rational number. And the first topic is, you can say, equivalent rational numbers, right? What are equivalent rational numbers? How to find out the equivalent rational numbers? Equivalent rational numbers are the numbers whose value is same. No doubt their denominator, numerator must be different. For example, if I write down minus 2 by 3 and I'll write down minus 4 by 6. Yes, they are equivalent. Why they are equivalent? If you reduce it, again you'll get minus 2 by 3, right? And if somebody asks you to find out the equivalent rational numbers, so what do you have to do? It's very simple. If they ask you to find out two rational numbers, equivalent rational number, you just multiply numerator and denominator with the same number. So here I get one rational number. To find out the other, you can multiply by 3, by 6, by any number. But the condition is numerator and denominator should be multiplied by same number, as you have already done with the fractional number. There also we used to find out the equivalent fractional numbers, right? Exactly like that. So I hope you understood how to find out the equivalent rational numbers and how to check whether they are equivalent or not. Don't worry, I'll explain that also. But before that, very important topic is the standard form. What is the standard form? Have you heard about the lowest term? Yes. The reduced form? Yes. So they all are same. To write down in the standard form, only the difference is that the denominator should not be negative. That is the first point. The denominator should not be negative. The other point is the common factor should be 1 between numerator and denominator. For example, if I write it down here, say minus 9 by 12. No doubt it is not reduced form. Let us reduce it. They both can be cancelled by 3, right? So this is the standard form, right? If I write down like this, minus 16, or I write down here minus 32. To make it in the standard form, first step is the denominator should not be negative. So can I write it down like this? One of the same thing, and then you can reduce it. It can be reduced by 16, so it is 1 by 2. This is again the standard form, right? Exactly like the reduced or the lowest term, but only one thing different is denominator should not be negative. Either you are comparing the rational numbers or either you are converting to the standard form, the denominator should not be negative, right? I hope you understood this thing. That is called the standard form. For example, as I told you, I'll explain you how to check whether the fractions or the rational numbers are equivalent or not. For example, if I write down minus 2 by minus, or I write down minus 2 by 3, right? Is it equivalent to, you can say 5 by minus 4? So what do you have to do? You have to cross multiply, right? But before cross multiplying, you have to just check whether they are in their standard form or not. We can see that this is not in the standard form, so we have to change it. The denominator should not be negative. Then only you are going to compare, right? So now you can do the cross multiplication, minus 2 into 4 and minus 5 into 3. So 4 2s are 8 and 5 3s are 15. So which is the greater or which is the smallest? We can say minus 8 is greater than minus 15, right? So we can say that they are not equivalent, right? The given rational numbers are not equivalent. You can say to compare, before comparing it, just make sure that both the rational numbers are in the standard form, right? Now, if somebody asks you to write down three rational numbers greater than minus 2, always remember, when you draw the number line, like here, this side 0 and this side all positives and this side all negative numbers. Side positive, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Similarly, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4, so on. So this side negative and this side positive numbers. So always remember, when you are on the positive side, on the right hand side of the number line, as you go far, the number increases, the value increases, right? You can say 3 is smaller than 4. If 5 comes, it is smaller than 5. So as you move ahead, move towards the right hand side, the value increases. But in a similar way, but if you move towards the left hand side, the value decreases. So minus 1, you can say, is greater than minus 2. So always remember, as you are going right hand side, the value increases, but if you are going left hand side, the value decreases. Similarly, if somebody asks you to write down two numbers greater than minus 2, either you can write down all positive numbers will be greater than minus 2, or we can say minus 1 is greater than minus 2, 0 is greater than minus 2, 1, 2 and so on. These all are the other numbers which are greater than minus 2. In a similar way, if somebody asks you to write down the numbers which are less than minus 2, in that case you have to move towards left hand side. As I told you, the value decreases. So number less than minus 2 can be minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on. I hope you understood this. Now let us understand how to represent the rational numbers on a number line. Here, suppose they ask you to represent minus 3 by 4 on a number line. You know this is negative number, right? Negative rational number. So it must be on the left hand side. So let us draw . Right? So here we write down minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. This is how we write down, right? So first let us understand one thing. Minus 3 by 4. Let's talk about 3 by 4. You know 3 by 4, if you divide 3 by 4, what you will get? Is it possible? So we will write down 0 here. We put decimal, 4 7s are 28. Denominator, leave the denominator. What we understood? We understood that the number, it will lie between 0 and 1. This is what we understood. But where it should lie? Now what you have to do, what is the denominator here? 4. So we are going to divide this number line into 4 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll write down minus 1 here. So write minus 1 here. So here first is here, you can say minus 1 by 4, minus 2 by 4, minus 3 by 4, and this is minus 4 by 4. Minus 4 by 4 means minus 1. So where it lies? Minus 3 by 4 lies here. Right? Understood? Let's take one more example. If suppose they ask you to represent, you can say here 2 by 5. Right? So what do? We draw a number line first. 0. Now what is the denominator? 2 by 5? Of course less than 1. So it will be between 0 and 1. Right? So where it lies? First the denominator is 5. So let's divide it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So here 5 means 1. Okay? Here minus 1. Okay? It is positive. Of course it will lie on the right hand side of 0. So here 2 by, so it is 1 by 5. This is 2 by 5. This will be 3 by 5. This will be 4 by 5. And 5 by 5 means 1. Is it clear how you represent the rational number on a number line? Clear? So whatever the denominator is, just divide into that equal parts. So we understood right now, till here we understood standard form, we understood how to find out the equivalent fraction, how to compare the fraction, how to represent the fraction on a number line. Okay, now let us understand how to add and subtract the rational number. It is exactly like we have done in the fractional number. So you should be very clear about fractional numbers concept and integers, right? Because negative numbers and positive numbers are used here, right? So let's start. Suppose we are adding here, let's say one example of 9 by 10 and 22 by 15, and we are supposed to add these numbers. See, when the denominators are same, for example, if I am adding 4 by 5 and 6 by 5, then in this case it is simple. You have to just write down, no need to take the LCM because LCM will be 5. Here 4 plus 6, right? It will be 10 by 5, or we can say it is 2, right? But here you can see the denominators are different. So in this case, what you do, you first take the LCM, right? What will be the LCM of 10 and 15? Let's understand. Which is the greater number here? Greater is 15. 15 ones are 15. Comes in the table of 10? No. 15 twos are 30. Comes in the table of 10 and 15. So LCM is 30. Simple. So what do you do here? 30 divided by 10 is here division, here multiplication. So 30 divided by 10 is 3. 3 nines are 27. 30 divided by 15 is 2. 2 into 22 is 44. So now here plus minus is minus. So that is why I told you, you should be very clear about the concept of integers. So plus minus is minus. So 44 minus 27. 44 minus 27 here is 17, right? So we'll write down 17 here upon 30. Which is the greater number, 27 or 44? 44. So it will be positive rational number. Is it clear? This is how we add. In a similar way, we used to subtract also. Suppose they ask us to subtract, you can say here, you can take any number like minus 2 by 5. I'll take another thing. 8 and minus, or we'll write down 3 by minus 12. But first thing is to write down in the standard form. So we'll write down minus 2 by 8. In addition and subtraction, you can just take the negative number up. So here you have to subtract. So minus 3 by 12. Subtract. Okay. So what it become? Minus 2 by 8. Minus minus plus 3 by 12. Then again taking of LCM. Greater number is 12. 12 ones are 12. Does not come in the table of 8. 12 twos are 24. Yet it comes in the table of 8 and 12. So what will be the LCM? That is 24. Then in a similar way, 24 here, again here division, here multiplication. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 twos are 6. 24 divided by 12 is 2. 2 threes are 6. Plus minus minus. So 0 by 24 means 0. Understood all of you? This is how we add and subtract the rational number. One more very important topic is yet to take, that is finding rational number between the given rational numbers, right? So first let us understand the multiplication and division. Exactly similar. Here suppose the number is given minus 6 by 5 into 9 by 11. You just multiply numerator with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. If possible to cancel, do the cancellation, you can do the cancellation, but make sure you can cancel numerator and denominator, not numerator. Okay, so here 9 6 are 54 and here 5 11s are 55. Okay, simple. Now division, suppose here the division is minus 2 by 13 divided by 1 by 26. So do remember, as we used to take in the fractional number, the divisor, the second number, we have to reciprocate. So what will be the reciprocal of 1 by 26? That is 26 by 1. Let us do the cancellation here. So answer is minus 4. So what is the other name for the reciprocal? Multiplicative identity. In additive identity, we used to change the sign. For example, if they ask you to write down the additive identity of 5, that will be 5. And multiplicative identity of 5 will be 1 minus 1 by 5. So I hope you understood the difference between additive identity and multiplicative identity. In additive identity, we change the sign, and in additive identity, we change the sign. In multiplicative identity, we change the position. Numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator, right? So now the very important concept of finding rational number between the two given rational numbers. So you should be knowing this type of question comes in the exam. Very important question. Rational numbers between the two rational numbers. How to find it out? Suppose let us take two rational numbers. We'll say minus 4 by 5 and minus 2 by 3. Very important thing is taking the LCM first. To find out the rational number between any two given rational number, make sure the denominators are same. If not, so make it same. So what do? There are many ways to do the denominator, like convert them, the denominator, same denominator. So first is, the simplest is the LCM. So here the LCM of 5 and 3 will be 15. So how to make this 5 into, how to convert this into 15? Multiply by 3. So minus 12 by 15. And here it should be multiplied by 5. So now we have just converted both the rational numbers with same denominator, right? They are equivalent rational numbers. Okay, so between minus 12 and minus 10, what lies? Minus 11 by 15. So we have taken out one rational number. But what if they ask you to find out 3 rational numbers or 5 rational numbers? Very simple. Suppose they ask you to find out 3 rational numbers in between the given rational number, just multiply these both by 3. So here minus 12. It will be better if you just multiply with the successor of the number. Like for example, they ask you to find out the 3 rational number, just multiply both by 4. Right? If they ask you to find out the 5 rational number, you just multiply both with 6. Here it is minus 48 by 60, and here minus 40 by 60. Now find out. Minus 48 to 40 is? Okay. Now what are the rational number that lie between minus 48 and minus 40? You can say minus 47 by 60, minus 46 by 60, minus 45 by 60, minus 44 by 60, minus 43 by 60, minus 42 by 60, and minus 41 by 60. So these all are the rational numbers between the given two rational numbers. Right? So what you have to do, just try to convert them in the like rational number, like denominator should be same. And suppose they ask you to find out 3 rational number, multiply with 4. If they ask you to find out 5 rational number, multiply by 6, and you can easily find out, right? So this is all about rational number. If you still have any doubt or any other concept to understand, just comment me in the comment box. I'm going to definitely take up your query. So everybody just take care, keep revising. Okay, bye bye.